I want you to look around to your left and to your right, and all the people that are here have been touched by a very, very special person. To some, he was an entrepreneur. To others, he was fearless. To some of us, he was very determined, and obviously very giving, and definitely a visionary. Everybody contributed, and family, friends, associates, to all the words around the perimeter of the fountain. And when you get an opportunity, I want you to walk around and digest it. And everybody had a little flavor into this memorial fountain. Jimmy was a man with a vision to build an aquarium. He felt, we're on an island surrounded by water. We need an aquarium. Made a lot of sense to him to educate the public about marine life and conservation and preservation of our waters, our rivers and our bays and the ocean. And he set out on a mission in the early 90s to accomplish this task. And among his effort, he hired Joe Fish, a young coral frag at the New York Aquarium. And they started plotting and planning. Fort Jeff was the first attempt and thought, and ultimately the aquarium came to Riverhead. Supervisor Stark played a role in that, Andrea Lonice. The town embraced the idea of having an aquarium on Main Street. And I'm sure at that time, Jimmy said to Bob Pospichel, I got a little task for you to take on. And Bob, always willing to help, jumped in, taking care of the IDA and the banking and the general operations, and put it all into works, which today is a fine example of what a man and contribution Bob puts into the organization. Jimmy was then seeking different companies to contribute to the construction. And that's where he met the ultimate partner, the Petrocelli family. And Joe Petrocelli. A partner that eventually became a very good friend, and then a best friend. As construction went underway, many players worked side by side with Jimmy. He was always in the mud, always had his shoes dirty. But Tommy, and Eli, Joe Fish, and the whole team, people are still here today. Tommy and Eli working on this memorial just this past week, every day, to get it done for our deadline. These are people that worked, Danny's still working. These are people that work side by side with Jimmy under the construction. And we're fortunate to have a management team here that's committed to Jimmy's vision. A team that continually, every day, works through this operation with his vision and dream in mind. We stand here today, 15 years since this beautiful aquarium's opened. And phase one of that aquarium was stages, because we're probably about 3 times larger than we were when they first opened. And after phase one, the big plan with Jimmy and Joe was phase two, which is the beautiful Hyatt and this ballroom and the butterfly and birds and bugs exhibit. I had to know it. Joe loves the bugs. That was phase two. And with great success with that hotel, having an international recognized brand, a Hyatt, on Main Street in Riverhead. And if you think about it, anywhere in Long Island, there's not an international brand on any Main Street but here in Riverhead. And fortunate that Jimmy and Joe were able to accomplish that. And phase 3 of the project is behind you. If you look behind you, that's another phase of this operation, another phase of growth, Jimmy's vision continuing, and Joe's family's efforts. I'm proud today to stand here as the executive director of this operation, the team, and celebrate 15 years of this aquarium being open, celebrate this beautiful fountain memorial in Jimmy's name, and proud to call him my friend. Joe? Thank you. What a great memorial. Just a couple quick things. It was probably 17 years ago when I met Jimmy. Came into my office and he sold me pretty quick because of that smile. So we all know that smile. It was irresistible, it was magnetic, that's what it was. So this memorial, we thought it would be the best spot because it is where people enter, they drive by. It's a symbol, actually, because it was one of our earliest symbols that we knew would be a great piece on Main Street for everybody to drive by and look at. So what better of a memorial for Jimmy? The words that the family and friends put together best describe him. I think we'll be sad when we look at it once in a while, but I also think we'll be happy when we read the words and remember him of every one of those. If you notice, the couple little things that, as our team put together to memorialize Jimmy, was a crown in the middle also, which the water will always pass through his name. And we feel that anybody that leaves and enters will stop and take a good look and try to understand the way Jimmy was. So I'm proud to have known Jimmy for that time period. We'll always be sad and we'll always miss him. But I think his legacy will continue and he will stand and continue on carrying on his vision. So thank you all for coming out today. Thank you. And here's Jimmy Jr. There's a word on there called hot dog. You can take it in.
Yeah, I'd like to say so. If I can be anything like my father, that would be amazing. But yeah, I just want to thank everyone for coming out today. Appreciate it. And as you see, this all came together from our family, Petrocelli family, and everyone here at the aquarium, and Bissett Nurseries as well. You know, that's been his family and his friends his whole life. So I want to thank you all for putting that together, bringing these memories and the thoughts that you had of him so we can see every day. And this will be here forever to show an appreciation of him and where he's from and where we're going. And just want to thank everyone for coming out and enjoy this beautiful day. Thank you.
Well, I encourage everybody to kind of walk around the fountain, look at some of those words that you guys helped contribute to, and then we have a light fair lunch served upstairs in our beautiful ballroom, and I invite everybody to join us for that as well. Thank you.